Hey everybody, the Banga and Colette are back. Welcome to part 13 of Let's Play Donkey Kong 64, brought to you by muchgames.ca. Well, technically, it's just me for this episode and the next one because little old me lost the audio files for episodes 13 and 14. I assume I got them at all, so we'll just go with that because I have no evidence otherwise. In this episode, Colette is playing, and right now we are in the R&D room trying to plan out our next move and getting some more bananas. Of course, you can tell it's Colette playing by the way the movement is just getting a little janky. And she wanted to do this activity because it was musically inclined. So I let her do that because, well, that's what she wanted to do. This one is actually a little bit more memory-based, so I was a bit worried, but I feel she'll do okay. How okay? Well, I guess we'll just have to find out now, will we? Of course, we had to do like a little looking around. It's like almost like a piano or a xylophone with like no drumsticks. So you have to like hit the switch, which eventually happens. I don't know when. Obviously, it wasn't at this very moment, because we were just wandering around like absolute apes. Because that's what we are in this game. Okay, there we go. Now the game started. So, you're given a sequence, and your goal is to replicate that exact sequence by ground pounding on the exact keys of the piano, or piano slash xylophone. It's a music thingy, alright? That's all I'm gonna say about that. As you can tell, post-com is not exactly my cup of tea. My cup of tea is more like green or chai, not post-com tea. I don't even think post-com even has a tea leaf. So it doesn't even count as tea. It's just a concept, you know? Like life. So I forget like how many rounds there are to this, but it's definitely more than 3. Colette's actually doing really well. In fact, I guided her so little into this. So, you know, she does tend to surprise people from time to time. Like, you may not realize it if you watch the other videos, but there are times she can shine. So I think she deserves a little bit more credit than sometimes what she gets, even though we do troll her about that. But she's a good sport. Most of the time. It's just a matter of like making sure that you're all lined up with the keys so that you're not hitting the wrong one by accident. That tends to happen when you're standing on the cracks, and you can't guarantee that you're going to be hitting the right one. Pay no attention to that balloon that's still floating over there, because we do take care of that later. Probably sometime after this game is over. It would make no sense to try to shoot the balloon now, because what if you forget? So, right now, it's just like... I don't know if this is the last round. But it looks like this sequence, we've never even had to hit F at all. There might be some rare times where you might only get 4 different keys you have to press at all. In this case, it was 5. So we're pretty even with the amount of gold bananas per Kong in Frantic Factory, which is not bad. Obviously, the more bananas you get in certain stages, the better, because that means you don't have to like get the bananas in the harder levels, and that can be very frustrating. Look, I swear, we do get that balloon in this room. Not with musical instruments, by the way. You know, as much as I give Colette credit, she does sometimes forget, like, the controls, especially when you have to like hold one button and you have to press the other. I think we had a little bit of frustration or lines being crossed in what C button you had to press. Even though we're 13 episodes in. And we probably got our gun like around episode 2 or 3. So it's still 10 episodes minimum. But that's neither here nor there anymore. So we're pretty much done with this room. We don't have to come back in here ever again. Which is good. I always like it when we're able to clear out certain parts of a stage where no other Kong has to go back in there. It like keeps the level not so spread out. Just cut off little bits at a time so you can stay in one spot so that the other Kongs can take over. Alright, so now we're back in this big toy room over here. Don't think there's like too much we need to do. At least maybe not in this room, but rather just to find our way around. So, how's everybody's September going? Or at least what's left of it? Hard to believe we're pretty close to the end of the month. Yeah. So I ain't got much to say. Hope you're all enjoying this gameplay as much as I enjoy talking over it. In fact, I was there for this gameplay. And in fact, I have to like see it again. It's just, imagine what I'm going through, like actually witnessing this live. But who knows, it might be a little bit better when I play, or it could be worse. It's all subjective, really. As you can see, like, there's still the issue of, like, forgetting your surroundings even though you were just there. Like, having to, like, guide around boxes and platforms. Sometimes it can be a difficult task, especially when everything nearly looks the same. Don't mind me, I was just responding to an email there. Something about being added to like a list of graduates. Thank God I autocorrected, because I said like, you can add me to the lust. Please, don't say that to your former instructor in college. That never goes over well. Ever. I mean, maybe that could work, but there's gonna be a scandal. Don't get yourself in a scandal. That's all I'm gonna say. At least, not on purpose. Nowadays, with social media, you can find yourself in a scandal by accident. If it's by accident, you know, no big deal. You had no control over that. You were just doing your own thing, minding your own business, and now all of a sudden, Twitter is on your ass. But yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about that. That's usually what I do. Half the things I talk about make sense, and the other half that don't. So all the commentary sounds like shit. Oh yeah, I think this was the episode we were gonna take on that clown. I don't remember if we had enough bananas at that time, but I guess you're gonna find out the same time that I do. I didn't like watch the video before I started the post-com because I had other things to do and I wanted to like save as much time as possible. You know what I mean? So that I can actually get the most out of it. Actually, I feel like we did have enough bananas at that time because Diddy had a lot. I remember the clown boss being a pain in the ass because, well, it was one of those bosses where you had to jump around a lot, and if you didn't have good control of your jumping, you were pretty much screwed. I think you know where I'm going with this episode. You pretty much already have a good idea what's going to happen before it even happens. So I'm going to let you witness it. I'm glad I had enough bananas as Tiny, because if I didn't have enough and then I had to switch to another Kong... Oh, wait a minute, I actually went back. Maybe I didn't have enough as Tiny. Just have her top it up, it'd be better. Saves on the tagging in and out repeatedly. Because fun fact, you can't open the boss door unless you're that specific Kong. It will just close on you automatically if you're the wrong one. A little annoying. I kind of wish they would just like automatically switch you to that Kong when you're in the boss room. But that would make things a little too convenient. Keep in mind, this was an N64 game. Okay, so we got enough bananas, and that should open the way to the boss, as usual. I feel out of all the bosses, this one is definitely the hardest. So I can understand if Colette was frustrated doing this boss fight, because it frustrated me too. Alright, so what else do we have planned? I still have Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist in reverse mode going on. I haven't recorded anything beyond the latest episode that was up a couple nights ago. Or rather, a couple days ago. Maybe it's night if you're like in, I don't know, Russia. Wait, what? I think she left that by accident. I don't think she did that on purpose. Or did she? Maybe she left that for me. Now I'm confused as to what's going on. Why did we go through all that trouble to open the boss door and not go in it? Oh, well, I guess I'll find out eventually. We'll never know where the original commentary is now. And I looked for it too, it just wasn't there. So I guess we're just like maybe looking around for more bananas, like gold bananas for instance. So I don't know like why we just left there, but maybe there was a reason. Oh, I guess I just went to see Funky for no reason. I can't even use ammo on that boss. So I'm thinking, like, what else were we doing at that time? Makes little to no sense to me. So here I am watching this video not knowing what's going on even though I was there. And who knows, I might have had some part in it in some capacity other than just being her seeing eye dog. There. Oh yeah, I think we might have just gone get some more bananas. Like we saw those like lanky bananas there for a long while, never did anything with them. As you can see, like rotating the camera is still an arduous task sometimes. Like the C buttons are all the way over there in China. I feel kind of mean just saying all this stuff, but that's what happens when you're, like, not in the heat of the moment. Like, this stuff is just happening and you're just talking over it. This is why I'm not one for director's cut movies or director's cut versions. Because I would just easily trail right off. Oh, we were probably just, like, seeing if there was any moves that we can got for Cranky. But we didn't have enough banana medals, and you need 15? I don't think that gets you a move. I think it... Oh, I don't know why she went back there. So, welcome to my world, everybody. Welcome to my world indeed. know what she's doing. Like, was she trying to, like, get on the roof? Oh, I know what she was trying to do. I think she was trying to see if she had that, helicopter twirl. And you're gonna find out what kind of issues she's been having with that move when we get to the boss battle. Believe you me, it might infuriate you. It also might not. You know, I don't know you, and you don't know that much about me. I think that's what she wanted to do before taking on the boss. Just to see if she actually had that move. Because if she didn't have it, then she would have been in a heap of trouble. You pretty much need that helicopter twirl to get through the platforming. Yeah, you see, her issue was she kept mashing the A button rather than just like holding it in midair. And I think that was pretty much her issue doing this entire battle. Or at least just doing the move in general. You're gonna find out how frustrating this battle was for her real soon. In fact, you're probably gonna find out right now. Like, even just getting up this ramp, like, just go in the bottom part of it. You don't even need to jump from the side. It's not necessary. She's still trying to get some practice in, and even after nailing it, she got a couple hops and it just went sour. But yeah, again, if you don't have that helicopter twirl, this fight's a problem. I think you have to like stand on a specific platform to get to the boss battle to be activated, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably somewhere in the middle. I think it's the one that's lit up. Yeah, that one right there. Alright, so once the platforms go all the way up, you will see the next boss appear. It is a Jack-in-the-Box with a clown face. And good luck if you're fighting this guy. Falling does not kill you, but you have to like take a lift to get back up. Yep, great start right there, everybody. Alright, so she just has to, oh yeah, she falls again. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that the regular commentary is gone because she would have just made us all deaf. Like, count it up, that's 3 times she's fallen so far. Okay, 4 times she's fallen so far. Oh my god. Like, just watching this now? I felt like I was getting the brain worms just experiencing this 5 times now. Okay, this, you can tell this is not going well at all. Okay, as you can tell, this was obviously the point where she just handed me the controller because the difference is night and day. Or rather, the difference between Apocalyptic Wasteland and Canada. Right, so when you're dealing with this boss, as it stops, you'll find like, wow, I actually got knocked down myself. There are 2 lights you have to hit, or 2 buttons you have to hit. One of them will actually damage the boss, and it's the one that's the same color platform as the one it's on right now. But if you hit the wrong button, I think you actually electrify yourself. So make sure you're paying close attention to like where you are and where the boss is. Like right now, you gotta hit the white button. Or the button on the white platform. I guess all the buttons are the same color, which is blue. I feel like if you take too long, you will also trigger this boss to start bouncing again, and then you have to repeat that same sequence. So now the jumps are actually a little bit shorter. Like he gets from platform to platform faster, therefore you have to start jumping faster too. Cut corners if you have to, and you'll be fine. In fact, it's highly recommended so you can actually get from platform to platform faster. If push comes to shove and he gets too fast, you might be able to jump under him when he moves. Therefore, you can just get to the other side. But you gotta remember, he'll probably transition to that same platform again. Alright, so he takes more than 3 hits. After I think the 3rd hit, he brings in like a new strategy that can make him frustrating to fight. I think that's where he makes himself invisible, and you only have the shadows to help you. I was looking for the buttons there, and I didn't know where they were. Luckily, the 2 buttons are right next to each other, so that's helpful. I would imagine this boss battle will be very hard to do colorblind, especially when you get to the part with the buttons. You'd also have to look at, like, what platform he's on so you know what's in the sequence. Because 2 platforms of the same color are never going to be adjacent to each other except diagonally. Therefore, you have that. But then again, if you don't know what color he's on, what difference do it make? Not very many. Not much of a difference, actually. Alright, now he turns invisible, but apparently he can also shoot lasers, which create electro waves below you. So you gotta be careful with that. But other than that, I say a couple more hits, or even one more hit now, and he is finished. Believe you me, it took many tries to beat this guy for the first time. At least compared to other bosses. Okay, luckily I was right next to the blue switch anyway. But he was getting ready to fire one off again. So I got lucky there to stop him in his tracks. And with that, we get ourselves another key. Luckily, we can just wait for the platforms to go back down. And there it is right there. I think I gave the controller back to her at that time, because as you can tell, like, we were just missing the key. But we all know what happened there. We ain't fooling anybody. We're not here to lie to you. Alright, so now that we got the key, we just head back to K. Lumsey's cage and try to get a little bit closer to freedom. I don't know if, like, Tiny has an inner ear problem just bouncing in the walls. And I think that was pretty much, like, the last thing we did on this episode. That was at least noteworthy. So yeah, as usual, once you get a key, you can just go see K. Lumsey and everything is honky-dory. At least relatively honky-dory. He's still in the cage. So there's that. And nothing exactly happens because we need the other key in Gloomy Galleon. Which is, like, probably my least favorite stage in the whole game. So that's fun. And we stop here, and in the next episode, we shall maybe do some stuff and head for Gloomy Galleon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for